Hello there BookTube, it's Janet, and today I've got part 2 of my birthday book haul. First of all, I've got to show you is a book of book lists, and this is by Alex Johnson, and I love this kind of thing. This is a book of book lists, not the 1001 books you must read before you die variety, but lists that tell stories, lists that make you smile, make you wonder and see titles together in entirely new ways. From Bin Laden's bookshelf to the books most frequently left in hotels, from prisoners' favourite books to MPs' most borrowed books, these lists are proof that a person's bookcase tells you everything you need to know about them, and sometimes more besides. And if you're anything like me, whenever you go anywhere, you always have a look at what people have got on the bookshelves. I've also got the second and third book in the Jenny Han series, To All the Boys I've Loved Before, and that is Always and Forever, Lara Jean, and P.S. I Still Love You, because I was bought the first book in the series. I had a book voucher, so I thought, well, I'll finish off the series. If I've read the first one, it's more than likely I'll want to go on to the next two. Miss Boston and Miss Hargreaves. This is by Rachel Malik. One day in 1940, Renee Hargreaves walks out in her family and the city she knows and travels south to the remote Starlight Farm. There she will live and work as a land girl for lonely farmer Elsie Boston. At first, Elsie and Renee are unsure of one another, strangers from different worlds, but over time they each come to depend on the other. They become inseparable, until the day a visitor from Renee's past arrives and their careful, secluded life is thrown into confusion. Suddenly, all they have built together is threatened. What will they do to protect themselves, and are they prepared for the consequences? So just a different slice of life of wartime Britain. Next one I've got is The Murder of Harriet Monckton by Elizabeth Haynes. Elizabeth Haynes wrote one of the best thrillers I've ever read, and it's called Into the Darkest Corner, and if you haven't read it, I thoroughly recommend it. It scared the bejesus out of me. It's not the most violent, it's not the most graphic book, but the subtlety and the way it's written will have you on the edge of your seat. So when I saw that she was dabbling now into historical crime, I thought, well, I'm going to have that. On the 7th of November 1843, a young woman is found poisoned behind the chapel she regularly attended in Bromley, Kent. Drawing on the original coroner's reports and true witness testimonies, Elizabeth Haynes builds a compelling picture of Harriet Monckton's final days through the eyes of those closest to her. Her fellow teacher and companion, her would-be fiancé, her seducer, and her former landlord and lover, all the suspects. Each has a reason to want her dead. And I do believe that Elizabeth Haynes, before she became a novelist, working in the coroner's office, and so she definitely knows what she's talking about when it comes to this sort of thing. So it just sounds like a really good read, and obviously based on a true story. I used my voucher to get the One Dark Throne series by Kenda Blake. I've seen this all over BookTube, about time that I read it too. So the first one is One Dark Throne, then we've got Two Dark Reigns, and then finally Three Dark Crowns. And I've heard really, really good things about this series, so I thought, well, I'll give it a go. And the final book I've got to show you is Emergency Contact by Murray H.K. Choi. For Penny Lee, high school was a total non-event. Her friends were okay, her grades were fine, and while she'd somehow landed a boyfriend, they never managed to know much about each other. Now Penny is heading to college in Austin, Texas, to learn how to become a writer. It's 79 miles and a zillion light years away from everything she can't wait to leave behind. Sam's stuck. Literally, figuratively, emotionally, financially. He works at a cafe and sleeps there too, on a mattress on the floor of an empty storage room upstairs. He knows that this is the god-awful chapter of his life that will serve as inspiration when he's a famous movie director. But right this second, the 17 books in his checking account and his dying laptop are really testing him. When Sam and Penny cross paths, it's less meet-cute and more of a collision of unbearable awkwardness. Still, they swap numbers and stay in touch via text and soon become digitally inseparable, sharing their deepest anxieties and secret dreams without the humiliating weirdness of having to, you know, see each other. So that's it for the books that I got for my birthday. Let's have a chat in the comments down below, and I will see you all soon, BookTube. Keep reading. Bye!